How much of it, right, was based on the fact that if I don't sit beside her, maybe nobody talk to me, that I'm the Singaporean loser on the China show?
Was it a strategic move for you to sit next to her?
There were some moments, right? Cannot be not scripted.
Shit, man.
I'm gonna share a very, very big secret that I've never ever told anyone else.
What?
This is your daily Ketchup.
A Singaporean man recently went all the way to China in pursuit of love on a Chinese reality dating show, and spoiler alert, he found it.
This is your daily Ketchup.
I'm dreaming to do it. Okay, sorry. Let's go to China, come back then.
Okay, so please welcome the lovely couple from the dating show Let's Fall in Love Season 6, Jaryl and Nareen. Welcome.
I was a super fanboy now. So Jaryl came on Are You Okay? So context, right? Usually when we host guests from foreign shows, right, we try not to watch the show first so that we can be like a viewer. So then you will tease us. So then I was just like listening to it, right? And then a few days later, I think you DM me about wanting to ask me a question. Then I said, hey, send me the link, I want to watch the show. Then I hope, right? For 2 weeks straight at night, I never talk to my wife. I just watched this thing, right? Then I asked Pat to watch with me. She refused.
It's the other way around. Usually,
Pat don't like to watch dating show because they feel like, why God, dating show so forced. And then I'm like, oh my God, babe, it's not. You have to come here and sit down and watch this. So I blast out on Instagram, right, to get people to watch it with me, right? And then I now have a little community, right?
No way!
Where they tell me which episode.
No way!
I'm in the community.
Really?
You never update me. We never discuss.
Did.
We never discuss.
I see. I cried.
You
Wow,
cried?
I cried.
Yes.
So if you're watching this now, chances are, right, you might have caught the series here. It's on YouTube. DM me, ask me why is it, or we'll pin it in the description. It's the best dating show I've ever watched because I think that it's extremely culturally similar.
Okay, so before we go all the way there, I think we want to find out what motivated both of you individually to sign up for a dating show to begin with.
To begin with, both of us did not sign up. So we were approached by the casting staff. So me personally, I just received a DM asking me if I'm interested, and if I am, just fill up this form. At the point, I thought like, oh, confirm scam. This is never going to be true. But then I just filled it out because they weren't asking for my bank information and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, then one thing led to another. Then also like, oh, one more shot. Okay, never mind, a video interview. Like, what can you do to me? What can they get out of me? And then when they flew me in Nanjing, I was like, okay, then I'll just make sure I'm safe. Send my location to my friends, and then I'm really big, pretty strong. I think it's a bit difficult for them to kidnap me.
I just need 2%.
Yeah lah, but still, I think I can put out a little bit of, I can scream. I can get a scream off. Yeah, then ultimately when it came to it, right, I think if I'm being honest, it came at a very convenient time. If this offer came out to me now, I definitely would not have accepted it because I've started my full-time job, and I own business and other things to run.
Also, you have
Of course, you're attached.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course.
Importantly.
Yeah. And then it also came at a time where I was single also. So almost as if like, yeah, the stars align.
To illustrate how scammy it is, right, he also shared on Are You Okay that when he got scouted on the Xiaohongshu, right, he had like 40 followers.
Yeah, the highest
80?
The highest likes that I had on a photo on Xiaohongshu was about 40.
Right.
I had about maybe 60 followers, 60 to 80 followers.
Wait, that's not bad.
Well, your engagement rate is off the charts though.
That's more
as
than
in,
like 50%.
I'm not saying I get
engagement.
40 likes per photo. I had the highest likes that I had on a photo was 40.
Right.
Wow, then how did the casting people find you?
They just cast out like a huge net. I know that they send out hundreds of invites.
Right.
And then, they filter from there. But I spoke to my casting director about this, the person who casted me.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. She just like saw me on her feed.
Oh. Wow. Wow, it really is luck like
Destiny.
very lucky.
Nareen for you?
I'm quite different because for him, you only got 40 fans. So I got 190,000
followers.
on Bilibili. So I was an influencer before.
Like Chinese YouTube.
So I was an influencer or content creator before the show.
Okay.
I got a DM too, and then I think it's quite interesting. It's a free trip.
Yeah.
I go there for 20 days. I don't need to pay for the flight,
Right.
hotel, anything. And then I met a lot of like handsome guy,
Yeah.
pretty girls.
One handsome.
Why not? Just go. So I attended like 2 interviews. I went to Nanjing and then one online interview.
Right. Were you still at Canada during that period? Sorry guys, I know a lot about her because I watched Finish It.
I also know that fact.
Yeah, okay.
I actually decided to leave Canada when I attended my first interview. And then the PD was quite shocked. Wow, it's a quite coincidence that we invite you and then you just had time. You decided to leave Canada. Yeah. Maybe it's a turning point at the time. So I think it's a quite good time for me at that time because I am free.
Very convenient as well.
Yeah.
Actually, did you research the show before you decided to join? Like, was there a reason why you were like, okay, this show, okay?
For me, it was two reasons. One very practical one and one very selfish one.
Yeah.
So the practical one was because most dating shows in China, right, don't really run how our dating show runs. Most dating shows in China, you live and work in that city, and then you go out and you work, or you go to school, and then at night you come back and then you do like activities.
Or like terrace house.
Within that house.
Right.
Within that house. And then that goes on for like about a month or two. That's basically the premise of the usual dating shows in China. This particular dating show is like a holiday one. You don't have to be from that place. In fact, none of us were from the place that we were filming in. So they come from all over, and then we go on this vacation. We do like vacation-like activities and things like that. So it meant that I would not be restricted in the terms of like geographical, because I can't stay there for like 1 month, 1.5 months. This is just like a week and a half of filming. So that was a practical reason why it was doable.
Yeah.
And a selfish reason is like, if all else fails, then I have a great holiday, I have a great experience, then it's just nothing much to lose. If all else fails.
That's such a
Friendship too.
So nobody is paid. The cast are not paid.
No, we're not paid.
Not even you. 190,000 followers. Hey bro, you got 60 followers. You want payment? It's too much.
I bring the emotional value.
You bring the viewers, bro, which is like
That's true. Yeah, actually, all the girls are like heavyweights in the content space.
Right. I know Sherry is. She appears on my For You page. I was just sharing with them. But then when the Beijing accent come out, I'll be when they say zaman, then I mean
It's different from what she looks like.
woman.
Right?
But instead of saying woman, you say zaman.
But it's a slang, right?
It's sort of.
It's Chinese.
It's northerners like to say that.
So war is cha.
Not exactly. It's only applicable as a replacement for woman.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So when I heard her say that, I'm like, ooh. Like that, because she was on my For You page for like 6 months, at least.
Yeah.
Like always like scroll past and then would see her face, right? Then like, very pretty. And then when she started talking on the zaman,
it's a big difference on how she looks as well, right? Because she looks very ABG, very New York.
Yeah.
Right. I want to go behind the scenes of a reality show, right? Okay, so when was the filming?
Early June.
The moment you land, then the show kind of starts.
Okay, we have slightly different experiences, but it's kind of similar. I had to land slightly earlier because my promo shoot could not be held in Singapore.
Right.
They all had their individual promo shoots in their hometown to showcase like sort of like this background of who this person is from.
Blah, blah, blah.
But then they cannot fly to Singapore. Like the expenses are too high, so I had to do all that before the actual shoot started. But leading up to filming the actual show, the girls and the guys were housed in separate hotels.
Right.
Every time we leave our hotel room, somebody must follow.
Oh my god.
And then to make sure that we don't see each other before the shoot.
Yes.
On the first day I was there, I went for a jog on my own. Then I bumped into the Zhong PD, the head director.
Yeah.
And then my PD attached to me got berated.
Oh no.
Because they were like, hey, how can you let this guest just wander out on his own? What did you know? This
No, but you met the director only, what? Not like you're gonna
but
date the director.
it could have been possible that I bumped into somebody,
Right.
contestant. Then at the day of the shoot, we weren't told anything. I will let her share from her perspective, but from my perspective was, I was waiting in a bus on the beach, mic up, and then wait. Then after that, they're like, oh, okay, you can go down now. Then I was like, okay, go down. Then you see the beach, just keep walking straight. That's all I knew. I think John, I don't know if you remember the first time that we saw each other, because we were the first to see each other, right? The awkward part about that was, right, even though on the show it looks like, wow, very sweet, hi, then hello.
Yeah.
That walk was 5 minutes long, man. I saw her like crazy. I saw like a pink speck. Then I started walking. Then when I could see her face, I waved. And then that took another 3 more minutes. Then we keep waving. Then keep looking around.
First and you have to wave. There's no reason that I stare at the person. So I'll just do something. I'll just wait first. And then he just
At least she had like stuff to do. She had a dinner table to like play with. I could just like march on, man. That's all. And then I showed up in a suit, in a full suit at the beach in the middle of the summer.
I just watch him like walking towards me, and then for like 5 minutes. Starting wave.
And nobody is directing you.
No.
While you are.
That's all I heard.
I was the first on the beach.
Yeah.
And then nobody cares about me. They just ask me to do anything I want. So I just buy myself a drink and then just
So there's
wait
no
there.
PD shouting like,
Wave.
Like
No.
In fact, right, they warn us against asking them for help because there are a lot of situations where there might be an awkward pause or something. Then in the first few episodes, because we just started, we weren't very familiar, right?
Yeah.
We will all look like
behind the camera.
is there like something that's supposed to happen? Are you supposed to play some game now or whatever?
Yeah.
But then they kept telling us, hey, don't. This is
like natural.
just be yourself. You know, if it's awkward, then let it be awkward.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I talk a bit about the preparation part?
Okay.
I was very taken aback as to the beauty standard differences in China, especially in the first few days. Because in the first few days was when they decided the outfits, the makeup, the hair, basically your look lah.
Right.
Oh.
And also all the clothes were not brought by you.
Ours weren't. Some guests will insist on wearing their own clothes.
Even the casual clothes.
Even the makeup,
Yeah.
Right.
everything.
So when I was there, I was like, oh, I thought I was quite fair already for a Singaporean.
Yeah.
They kept saying my skin tone is too dark. And then I was like, oh,
But you're like the same color. Right? Hey, sorry.
offending everybody.
My bad. It's a lighting. I don't like here very hard.
and then I think I was slightly darker then because I just came back from diving not too long ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the standards for guys is also, a lot of them will wear shoulder padding, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like
shoulder
in this
padding.
kind of shirt they'll wear.
They will wear, it's like a, new bra, the girls stick-on bra.
Okay.
Like that, the mini one.
Wait, sorry. Are you saying
Over
that?
normal clothes like this.
Under.
Right.
Yeah, to be fair, I never wear. I really never wear.
Wait, but are you saying that some of the other cast members wore it?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the stylists and things like that, they got suggest to me. And,
To wear cutlets.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, to wear the fillets.
So you look like you have a broader shoulder. That's a good f***ing idea.
And then the insoles also, everything. It's really...
like taller.
Okay.
I have to respect them because they do it so that you look better on camera and they do it to a very, very high extent.
Right.
Maybe it's common for her, but coming from somebody who has never been in front of camera and things like that, it was a very big culture shock to me.
No, for sure. That's hella interesting.
Yeah.
So were you shocked when he took off everything?
After filming, I'm just very like, I actually had to put in like fake hair.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you what. Because when I arrived in the hotel where they did the styling and everything,
Yeah.
right? They're like, hey, your hair is so long. We need to cut it. Then they cut it. They cut my fringe. And then after they cut my fringe, then they style it, right? My fringe only up to here.
Oh my god.
Because they curl it like very, very deeply.
Oh my
I actually didn't really like how they did my hair, but whatever. They
You look
curl
good. You look good on the show.
they curl it very, very like the curve is insane. So the length only up to here.
Oh
then they have to
my
cap
God.
the fake hair,
Extension,
fake fringe for me. And then it was super tight. At the end of the day, it felt like I could understand how it feels like to take a bra off after a long day.
So the whole show you had this fake hair.
Basically,
Could you tell, like when you speak to him, could you see the extension?
Especially when there's a
Wind, when there's wind. Because that shit is heavy, man. That shit is heavy. So the rest of my hair will fly out except for like that.
I never hear that they do guy hair like that before.
So on some episodes, then you wear the headband, right?
Yeah.
That was not your choice.
No, that was my choice because if I wear the headband, I don't need to clip the thing.
I see.
I thought you wanted to look at athletic.
When I wear the headband was usually during sports days,
Yeah.
then I don't want to have that thing flopping around when I'm
Good
working
choice,
out,
good
when I'm
choice.
exercising.
Right.
Wow, but it looks natural on screen.
Right. So on the first night, it was just that one
The
scene
dinner.
at the beach
Yeah.
and the dinner.
The
Okay.
dinner.
What was the most like surprising thing from that first night? Was there anything interesting that we didn't get to see?
We played the game, right? And then
The
it might
dancing
have
game.
looked as if like it was very seamless, but there was actually a lot of confusion going on. Especially with me, because I was the first to go.
Yeah.
So I was very confused, and then my Chinese wasn't that great also.
So you don't even know how to ask questions to clarify.
As in, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to speak. I didn't know that she's not supposed to take out the blindfold.
I'm very excited.
Right.
But I mean, it all worked out well.
that part,
Yeah, it all worked out well because it presented a very romantic image. Like I'm breaking the rules for her.
Yeah.
But if I'm being very honest, and she knows this as well. If I'm
Yeah.
being very honest, I had no idea what the rules were.
If I'm being very honest, I couldn't tell what the rules were.
Yeah.
So why sometimes you're blindfold, sometimes
But
you're
y'all look right very confused in that moment because you're like, oh, what we do? Then suddenly when you're dance, right, then I laugh because I know it's supposed to be romantic, but then I don't know why you're dance. Somehow y'all know to like left. Then sound like it looks rehearsed, like as if the producer said, "Can y'all move?"
左左右右，左左右右。
Because they sent us a video of dancing, like ballroom dancing.
When? At which point?
At the hotel room before we. And then say, okay, you go and learn
With
this.
no context.
Yeah, no context. Just say, make sure you know this.
Interesting. I was too cheap to subscribe to Youku, so I watched on YouTube, right? So all the best, most romantic parts, right? Where no one's talking and they just play music, don't have background music.
Yeah, don't have
Yeah,
music.
the dancing.
No
the
copyright.
dancing.
No copyright.
That's why I love at the dancing.
Yeah, they're like, wow, all the best parts.
That's what felt so off. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't realize that it's the background music.
I explicitly told John. I just sent John 2 links. One the Youku one and one YouTube one. I said, if you want to watch, just watch the YouTube one. As long as you don't mind that there's no music.
No one expected for me to be so obsessed over a China TV, okay?
Was it a strategic move for you to sit next to her? Like, why did you choose to
What do
sit
you mean
next to her?
strategic move?
You know what I'm talking about.
Let's not I'm trying to buy time off. No, I mean for sure. Because naturally we had a very natural conversation, and then
Okay, bullshit, wait, stop. Before you fluff this conversation, right? How much of it, right, was based on the fact that if I don't sit beside her, maybe nobody talk to me, that I'm the Singaporean loser on the China show?
no, to be honest, it wasn't. It wasn't
So hard.
any of that. It really wasn't any of that.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't.
you genuinely wanted
I
to
wasn't
sit with
that
her.
insecure. I was nervous and everything, but I still had a little bit of confidence in myself.
So I'm projecting.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like,
So you genuinely just wanted to sit with her?
Yeah. Because I just feel like sitting beside her, I'll have a comfortable time and I'll have an opportunity to get to know her better. Since we hit it off pretty well in the first 5 minutes, like it was comfortable. You know, it was to the point where I wanted to find out more about this person. And then it presented as a good opportunity.
Question. If there were 2 girls there, who would you sit
You.
beside?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he will say that now, right?
Okay.
No, I wanted to ask, like, because y'all were already paired up by the producers, because they already make sure that you two will meet on the beach, then do you think, like, if y'all two didn't pair up, like, do you think y'all will still want to talk to each other?
You probably will.
Yeah, I think, I'll still like want to date with him.
So what was your actual first impressions of each other?
First impression is definitely she's very pretty. And then after that,
Not pretty.
because I mean, first impression is definitely looks, right? Then after that, I appreciated her because she held the conversation a lot better than I did. Because it might be because she's a bit used to being in front of the camera, but when I walked onto the actual set, there were about 150 cameras pointed at us.
Yeah.
Right. It was just the two of us.
With individually 150 cam ops.
Yes. Yes.
No, really 150.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. When you see a set with all of us there, it's 150 cameras.
Oh my
And
god,
they split. Yeah.
that's so scary.
Other than the camera ops, then there's about 300 employees or 300 staff
Yes.
on set.
Wow, how did the mic not pick out anybody at all?
Yeah lor.
Like, it just seemed like there's only like 3 cameras and 2 of you.
No. There's
God,
literally
I'll be so
150 cameras.
Nervous.
And then
And this is your first time in front on a show in front of cameras.
I only had 40 likes on Xiaohongshu. I came from nowhere and it's my first time. It's my first time speaking Chinese in a work setting. I mean, it's not really work. I mean, I have spoken Chinese casually with my Chinese friends and things like that. I'm quite confident in my ability to speak.
For you, first impression?
Very, very, very tall. Because I think from my perspective, it was like that. Very, very tall.
No, you remember the time that I fast forward a bit? There was one portion where you had to dance together.
Yeah.
Then you had to wear the blindfolds.
Yes.
So when you say like, okay, can I take off? Then you take off, right? Then you immediately did it.
She was greeted.
Up to the sky.
She was greeted with my chest sweat.
Yeah.
Sorry, then besides him being very tall, did you at that point when he's walking to you for 5 long minutes, do you think maybe he's the one?
No. Actually,
Shit, man.
It's like, hey, why this guy overdressed?
It's tough.
yeah, I'm like, are you hot?
him.
I think I keep asking, are you hot? Are you hot? His face was red, sweating.
Oh.
I think on the first day, I can't say I liked him. It's just, okay, this guy can be a friend.
Like, oh, like the looks to you, was it like, oh,
I don't really look.
You gotta be
I'm
truthful.
curious.
Looks not important, is what she's trying to say.
Wait. Let me say what she said.
It is what, bro.
Let me take over. Let me take over the mic. Let me take over the mic. 1 second. Allow me to interject.
okay, please.
She has said on record that she does not like handsome men. She stays away from good-looking men.
Okay.
I see. It's good. Smart. I agree.
Would you like to respond?
You look good out and inside. Okay.
On the inside.
On the
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. You like ugly
Both
eyes.
outside and inside.
I'll take whatever she gives.
When was the moment? What did he
The
do?
shining points.
Yeah.
I think on the second day, he talked something about his startup experience. Actually, I
Right.
had it before. So we had something like
In
that
common.
in common. And also he's from Singapore. I might go to Singapore at that time. So maybe that's something we can share about. And also, he speaks Hokkien as well.
Right.
He
But that's,
knows-
you're describing half the guys in Singapore.
Exactly.
Really? Okay.
But not all the
But he's
guys.
very tall and handsome now.
No, but
obviously. She
Remember
wanted
what
to-
she said just now?
No, but she wanted to go to the school that he lived next to.
That's right.
Then it's like not all the guys in Singapore, you know. So it seems like this guy come to China and
Bring you home to Tapao.
like if I were you, right, I'll be like, oh my god, fit.
Yeah, and I think he's very gentle, very considerate.
Yeah.
That's how the second day he made me feel, it's not bad. I can keep dating with this guy.
Second day or second date?
Second day.
Oh, okay. Second.
Second day. Okay, my brother.
I only date with you, okay?
I try my
That's
best.
what that second date means.
That's
I always date with you.
No,
dating with other guys.
it's not with other guys, the sequence, man.
Was there a lot of you getting to know each other and hanging out off camera?
Zero. Absolutely
no.
zero.
Like they don't allow it? Or?
They don't allow it. They allow me to hang out. If let's say all of us were filming,
Yeah.
they will allow me to hang out with John. They will allow me to hang out with John. You know? But
That's just confusing for everybody on Spotify.
in conclusion, it's like they are strict with cross gender.
Your pair.
And even stricter with the people that you kind of have like a story
Right,
with.
because they want to make sure that they capture it on camera,
Yes.
so they don't want to
Okay.
count time.
Because like an incident that happened last season was that me and John, we like, flirty. And then off and then on the day after cameras cut, right, I went to look for you.
Right.
Then we fight.
off
Then
camera.
the next day, then we on bad terms. Then the audience and then the panelists,
观察室。
the panelists were like, what happened?
Yeah.
Why suddenly they were lovey-dovey
Right.
and then yeah.
Irritating
For
that part of the show, to be very honest. The first half of the show, when they cut to the observers, right, I just like, what am I watching?
I think we just talk about off camera, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna share a very, very big secret that I've never ever
I don't even know about this.
told anyone else. So I think he played some tricks on the first few days. He told my hairstylist that
Oh, yeah. See, this is really never before
this
said.
is a really, really
Yeah.
big secret.
Okay.
So like there are some part that we will not stay together.
Yeah.
And then he told something to my hairstylist behind the camera. No
Yeah,
one is
it's
there,
like
no staff
we
there.
were getting ready for shoot.
I see,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So-
and guys and girls get ready separately.
Yeah, he said this to my hairstylist. Can you mention me more in front of Nailu? And
And now the hairstylist told you?
you know what? From my perspective, I think this guy, that kind of a signal was interested on me. Otherwise, he won't say that to my hairstylist.
Right.
I think I got the signal.
Yeah.
But how come that he is not confirm his feeling
Yeah,
like
oh my
that?
God, that's why you
Little
agree that.
shit! I was angry also.
Yeah,
I was a bit confused.
I get your frustration.
Yeah, you little shit!
But that thing was behind the camera.
Yeah.
And then no one knows. Only the
So
staff
now
knows.
you look like the person that is so aggressively in love.
yeah.
Do you know that the hairstylist will go and tell her?
I mean, I didn't know for sure, lah. But okay, let me.
Like, why
And
you
how many
say-
other hairstylists do you talk to?
Let me walk y'all through. Let me walk y'all through.
Okay.
Because right, I think second day, it seems like maybe really got chance. Like
Yeah.
not just got chance to match on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe got chance to date for real.
Yeah.
So that was when I started having my concerns. Maybe I was overthinking it, but this was a show.
Right.
The thing that concerned me the most, that made me do what I did with saying the hairstylist, right, was, are we doing this for real, or are we just
Just
how
for
to say,
show lah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, just to
Performative
get,
lah.
just to get through the show and just to get eyeballs on
Yeah.
on us and things like that.
Yeah.
One thing that maybe she didn't explain was there wasn't like a
Reply.
Yeah, there wasn't like a reply.
That was the reply, bro!
What was the reply?
As in, she was so forward with
Keep
everything.
rolling with the shit.
She replied 12 times.
But for me, right, my concern was on camera, off camera, ma. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I held that concern all the way until the end. And both of us actually held that concern all the way to the end.
Right.
It's just that she got that confirmation from me already because of this hairstylist thing.
Okay.
So maybe
Right.
it seemed as if I'm guessing. It seemed as if I was more concerned about this particular subject.
Right.
I tried
Yeah.
to engage a conversation.
You're using your phones, right?
Because
Just DM her.
no, we are not allowed to exchange contact. So we had to transfer between Hainan and Xinjiang.
Yeah.
And then at that point in time was when
Hey guys, if you're damn confused, right, I tell you, like, pause this video, go and finish the whole series. I see you next week.
No, we have to give a small context.
Yeah.
And small context is actually they have good feelings, right? Then halfway suddenly falter a bit.
Correct.
Because she got sick, right? Then he go on a date with another girl.
Yeah.
Then that night, every night they write letters, right? That night he never write letter to her.
Yeah. Little
And
shit.
then she was like, why is this happening? So after that, they a bit then love.
Yeah.
That's the
that's a
summary.
very good sum up.
They are now dating, but there are a lot of couples still worth watching.
So
Okay.
when we were transferring from Hainan to Xinjiang was actually like when we but we had things to trash out.
Yeah.
Especially I would have loved to have done it off camera,
Right.
To know what she really thinks lah.
Right.
And then so we tried to actually talk to each other during this
Yeah.
transfer between Hainan and Xinjiang during the flights and things like that.
Right.
Wow, but we had like a bodyguard attached to each of us.
Camel
And then,
talk.
yeah, literally physically standing in between us, making sure we don't speak. And then even if we get in close proximity to each other, we'll get pulled away.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
they really...
Wow, so interesting.
So everything happened is real, like
Okay.
in
Yeah.
the camera.
And a lot of times is a lot clearer for the audience to see things, not just regarding us, but regarding the rest of the cast. Because you guys see everything. But for us, we only have what we see with our own eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get destroyed by Chinese comments?
Yeah. I think out of all the male guests, I got destroyed the worst.
Really?
Oh.
Right.
Is it because you stand up and hug her?
No, that was when
we get to that later.
that was when comments started to turn slightly better.
Oh, right. Because it was okay.
The
So you
sharing
could watch
thing is about is
episode
the
by
worst.
Yeah, sharing is the worst.
The Sherry
That
thing
is
was the
the
worst.
worst.
What did you feel about the Sherry thing when you found out?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Really? I think after the show, we seriously discuss about that. What's your logic behind all your actions? And then I understand all the things he did. So I think it's okay. So when the show released, people keep
Discussing.
All the comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You weren't
the
affected by
negative
it?
I'm totally okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
the comment section was shipping you and Cherry, or
It was like two
Two teams.
teams.
I see.
And then the team, me and her, was berating me for like 3 straight weeks.
Oh, I'm included.
Before I went on a date with Sherry, I also
Yeah.
told her that I will go and
Yeah.
look around first
Yeah.
because I need to see compatibility, not just with her. Then also, me and Sherry got matched together on random. We chose colors of outfits and then we just so happened to choose blue together. And then after we went surfing, I also never spent time with her. I was
Right.
doing my surfing thing.
Okay, then were there any moments that you felt the producers were like trying to influence like the storylines or like the decisions?
They don't directly influence.
Yes.
But ultimately, they still have some power because they are producers. Each producer knows their guests pretty well. So if
so
you
you had one person tag to you?
Yes.
Right.
Throughout, and everybody had a PD tag to them. Some of them have one PD and one intern. I can say for sure that from my perspective, there was not like scripted. It wasn't like, okay, Jaryl, today you go and talk to Nailu this way. Then you go and pick her for this one, and then 5 minutes later you leave and then go and pick another girl. There wasn't no such thing.
Okay.
There was no such thing. But the mechanisms of the dates, of
Right.
the things like that, in my opinion, still can be slightly influential.
Right.
Yeah. But not to the point where it's scripted.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there
Oh,
were
sorry.
some moments, right? I think cannot be not scripted. For example, so the context is there was a scene, right, where they were walking together having a conversation. Then he said, in the letter you said, let's go to the beach again because you want to see the fireworks, right? Then he take out the fireworks. Then I'm like, cannot be. This guy.
Brought it from Singapore.
He asked him,
Bro,
how do you get fireworks? Then he was like, oh, I just picked it from that day. Then I'm like, cannot be like
So
a
what
producer
really
never give
happened with
him.
the fireworks scene?
Yeah.
I think my explanation for this will explain everything else.
Okay.
So for guys, I don't know for girls is how, but before guys we go on dates, right?
Yeah.
We can ask the PD to prepare stuff for us.
Ah.
Yeah. We can say, hey, I want to bring a bouquet of flowers for this date. Can you help me prepare?
Yeah.
Then if there's sufficient time and things like that, then they will help us.
Right.
Then why don't you go ham?
Because
What stops
first
you from
day
going
ma.
ham? Oh.
Yeah. The PD also acts as like an advisor because all of our PDs are girls. So it was helpful, especially for me, for a guy perspective, and also from a cultural point of view, to seek her advice when I thinking about doing certain things or saying certain things. But granted, to be honest, everything that I discuss with her, I never do. Or I do the other way.
Oh.
Because I don't know why, whenever it came time to it, it just felt like...
For example, the letter.
Yeah.
Like every time he talked to his PD, I'm gonna write this, blah, blah, blah. But when he really wrote it, it's another letter.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, he changed his mind.
Your letters I appreciate.
I think not bad.
You like her already. You like her already.
Let me tell you something about the letters, man. Because my written Chinese is horrible.
Yeah.
It's really, really horrible.
Yeah.
So I type it out in my notes. And then I screenshot and I zoom in and I copy stroke for stroke, man.
Oh my God.
I copy stroke for
But
stroke.
like all the producers all know that's what you're doing lah.
Yeah. If you see carefully, you can see my phone is always on my thigh, on my lap.
You told me before I watched, so I noticed it. Then killed it.
Oh shit!
I
So
didn't
you can
notice.
translate
In
while the
Chinese?
show while
No,
you're.
he's typing it.
Yeah, I'm typing on my phone, ma. Then
I see, I
just
see.
writing it, and then they're picking up. They're filming me writing.
Okay,
Then you can
okay.
see the phone on my lap.
Right.
The hugging. Okay, so the summary before I start. There was a night where a new man entered. So they have to give a speech about like why they are here, what they hope to achieve. And then suddenly, right,
In
like
the middle of him introducing himself.
like he's going to end already. Like he was ending a speech. Then suddenly he stand up and then he went to her and hug her.
Yeah.
Then I was like,
Yeah.
why? No, cause okay.
Then the show ends.
No, cause okay, sorry, I forgot the context. The context is he sat with another girl.
Yeah.
Then she was sitting with the new guy. So I thought him going up to her and hugging her, right, is to assert dominance.
Correct. Which would have been amazing.
You know? Then she also a bit confused because her hands was like, then she after that she
Correct.
But after she totally leaned into it though.
So first of all, I got a dare. All of them got dares, but none of them did it.
Right.
Then I was the only honest person in the show.
Singaporean just following
I was respecting the rules of the game, man.
But if you say hug another guy, I don't think you'll do it.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Easier that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dare said, 拥抱在场的一位异性30秒。
No, 选择一位.
Yeah lah, 选择一位
Choose some of the opposite sex.
I think it also
for
said
30 seconds.
like you cannot speak. I don't remember very, very clearly. Then I was like, okay, who do I hug? So at the point in time, I spent time with Sherry already.
Yeah.
And I also spent time with Kelsey. Then me and Kelsey damn bro. Like super, super bro.
Yeah.
So throughout the dinner, I confirmed that me and Kelsey definitely nothing.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it was like, oh, okay, I think I like Nareen more. Then I'll go and hug Nareen. So, okay.
You're right. Yeah. No, it's interesting how you're digging many of your own graves. I was looking at her expression, right? His choice of phrasing very interesting, but go on. So
Go on.
you confirm that Kelsey no, and then
Then I decided to hug Nareen. Then after that, it was a matter of timing. In my opinion, I feel like, hey, if they are eating halfway, then I go, okay, might not be that great. Then the reason why I went at the time was he ended already, he was putting back the mic. I think the show painted a slightly different picture. A lot of the audience felt that in the middle of his speech, I went.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, it was at the end of it. It was when he finished and he was putting back the mic and he was getting ready to walk back. I was like, okay, he get ready to walk back also about 30 seconds, ma.
Yeah.
Okay, get it done then.
Right.
Yeah. Then after the hug, then I was like, oh, this is a dare, things like that.
Right.
what is the most challenging part of, I guess, your relationship unfolding in front of camera? Is it annoying?
Yes, but at the same time, a lot of things would not have happened if we weren't on the show. An example, when I was she didn't really like me that much anymore. Ma. Right.
I would turn
Then
off.
if let's say it was real life, then she just won't see me again. Ma. Like she has no reason to see this person that she suddenly turned off already again.
Right.
So there wouldn't have been a chance for us to like clear things up and things like that. That's a good side of things. Another good side of things is that a lot of situations that they put you in are normal. But as a result of it not being normal, it kind of gives you an even better idea of this person's character.
Yeah.
The annoying part is just knowing at the back, I don't know about her, but for myself is that because we were filming for 18 hours a day, and then we knew that each day was about one episode, about 1 hour long. So it was very worrying for me. Like I didn't know what exactly will be used, whether or not there would be like bias editing.
Yeah.
And I was just very, very wary and scared that they would turn my words against me and my actions against me.
Were you so worried as well? Or you just
No, I just be myself.
So when the whole production finally wrapped, like what was the first thing you all did?
Yeah, was there a point where you're like, is this real?
We immediately started like this conversation of like running through basically what happened throughout the entire show. And running through, is this for real or not? Like, are we actually going to try?
Yeah.
Then what do you say?
After the show, we went to Chengdu together for
Yeah.
like half-day trip. It's very chill because it's very tired after like 20 days shooting.
Yeah.
The half day is that without any camera, no mic, we just be ourselves. We can talk anything we want.
Yeah.
I think I got know him like
Yeah.
a bit more compared to the show because there are a lot of things we can talk on the show because there are camera, right?
Right.
So we talk more about our like family background,
Right.
our like future plans.
But that half day
We're very serious.
was good? You had fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how did your friends and family, like how did you all share with them the news?
I selectively shared. So for my friends who I knew that they were gonna watch the show, I didn't share. And for my friends that I knew definitely they will never watch the show, I shared.
How about you?
My parents didn't know until the ending release. So
Yeah, same.
Really?
My
Oh,
mom
like
died
you
as well.
keep it a secret until
So my mom was like,
ta-da.
my daughter is in Singapore. Did she really get together with a Singaporean guy?
Yeah.
But you know, like in the middle of the show,
Yeah.
he was a bit confused. Maybe not. Maybe Kang Kang, not a good guy.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Kang
okay,
Kang.
my daughter is in Singapore alone.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just friends, something like that.
Yeah.
So my parents didn't know until the ending release. So I said, okay, I'm together with this guy. My mom was like happy. Happy.
It's so cute. You don't even need to
cute.
go for the initial interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. When I met her mom, it was very weird because
She called you
it
Kang
felt
Kang.
it felt like she knew so much about me. I felt so naked and vulnerable. You know what I mean? Yeah.
For you, like how did your parents react to the whole thing?
I think they were surprised that this whole thing was an act.
So your parents watched it on its release day weekly?
To be honest, not really. Lah.
Oh, okay.
They just
Too
kind
long
of,
for
my mom just kind of see clips of things online. Yeah, never walked through the whole show.
So she's like, oh, you went to China film something, you brought a woman back.
Sounds damn. Sounds a bit sketchy.
Oh, you win.
I told my parents I was going to film a travel variety show.
Oh,
I didn't
It's
say
hard
that
to
it was.
explain the
Yeah.
dating
Yeah.
reality show for them.
Okay.
Is there a difference between dating like a Singaporean man versus a mainland Chinese man?
I think the Chinese communication sometimes confuse a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
because he's not,
The first language is
language
in
is not Chinese. Sometimes the way he expressed something make me confused.
Even
like
now?
the explanation. Even now.
Right.
Because like some of the word he used was a bit negative tone.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
direct.
sometimes made me feel sad. But I have to ask again, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then he explained, okay, I understand.
Right.
Yeah. So in this perspective, the conversation
Yeah.
as a Singaporean guy, I think for the culture thing is okay.
Similar.
Similar.
Oh,
Right.
like the dating, like like going out or like gifts. Do you think it's the same?
I don't think for us it was much of a culture thing, but we did talk about that. It was more like a personality thing, like what we value in relationships. I don't think culture played a huge part in that.
Right.
So now many months into your relationship, right? When you're quarrel, have you had your first big fight as a couple yet?
We never fight, right?
We just like seriously discuss things.
Okay.
We have disagreements, but we don't get like emotional.
quarrel yet lah.
We don't like slap each other. You know, we don't scream and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a mature way to solve something happen instead of just fight.
Yeah.
Just say something really hurt each other. We don't really do that. We just want to let this thing.
We just want to solve the problem.
Yeah.
and
This
not
is a
hurt each
very
other.
big reason why I was attracted to her. This
Right.
way.
Maturity.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
She has a very complementary style of communication.
Right.
It made me feel confident that when we have arguments, as long as we talk it out,
Yeah.
can learn from this lah.
Right.
It wouldn't be like a minus thing.
The reason why I got extra invested, let's say I was curious to watch it because he was so invested, right? But it's the letter you wrote.
Mine?
Yeah, like the episode 1, you had to read out a letter about yourself.
Yeah.
And then you started crying, right?
I didn't cry.
I cried.
You cried?
No, you like tear. You like
Me? Oh, the first.
yeah. Then
Oh.
as you cry and say the letter, right? Then I cry. Because normally when I watch dating shows, I feel like they don't reach that point, right, of honesty until like maybe episode 7. But I feel like for this particular show, I really like the whole letter writing thing.
So for context, right,
I hated
the
it.
show made
I absolutely hated
the show made everyone write a love manual. So this is the way to my heart. And you all wrote it yourself?
You all write it yourself?
GPT helped me out quite a bit. I'm not gonna
Really?
For real though, everybody's not so well written.
Because I mean the main points was by me, but you know I had to put it in a poetic manner.
Right.
that
My point is the PD didn't.
I did ask for PD's advice.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was like, I am the one who took the initiative to ask. It wasn't like PD said, no, this one cannot.
Right. So whatever you wrote, if it was dumb, it was dumb. You were expected to go up and just be like, oh, I'm a simple man like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they really trust you.
I'm a simple man. I like simple things.
I like chicken rice.
Why not?
No, but it made me like, root for you. Because you say like, you've been, previously your relationship was like quite long.
Yeah.
But then you keep like holding on and giving chances
Yes.
when you knew that actually maybe you should have just leave. But you like, just keep giving chances,
Yeah,
then you realize
yeah.
like maybe I'm not good at dating, I don't know. When she cried, I feel like, oh my god.
I think I also cried.
Like I really want you to find love, that kind of feeling. Because I feel like someone deserves that kind of
Yeah.
love you seem to, give to
Yeah.
a person.
Those who are interested, season 7, they are currently casting right now. So you can go on
Right.
我们恋爱Pass official Xiaohongshu
Yeah.
and send in your applications there.
Next year we'll have Americans, because all the
Maybe,
Americans are
maybe.
Xiaohongshu already.
Maybe after me, they will have a bad impression of Singaporeans. I don't know.
Okay, I feel like there was one part where you were nice to all the girls consistently, where that confused one of the other female contestants, where she felt like, then I'm not special because you treat everybody equally nice.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was inappropriate considering it's a dating show? And I was,
To be very
I was
honest,
unsure of
I
who I
despise
like.
guys that only take care of the girl they like. I feel like that's disingenuous.
Would you like to chip in?
I think you're too much.
Okay.
No lah. I mean, it really depends on the person's boundaries, right? And as long as you ask first, I think it's fine.
I think there's something that I learned,
Right,
like
right,
asking
right.
first. That
Which you
I
did,
didn't do.
right?
I didn't do it at first, but after speaking to her like about this boundary on the show itself, then she suggested, hey, next time just ask. The only difference is just ask. You can be nice and everything, but just ask.
I taught him this.
Right. Ask who?
Right.
Ask the
Like,
female contestant.
the
or ask
person
her?
that I am being nice to.
Right.
Like maybe instead of
Can I help you?
pass a coffee to her,
Yeah.
would you like a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of you just
Does it
get
actually work? Because in my logical mind, it doesn't make any sense. But,
point, right?
but because she said
I
that
agree
it
with
works,
you.
then okay lah,
I
follow
agree with you.
lah.
And I was tremendously proud that you were consistently nice to everybody,
Yeah.
as opposed to just her. Because then to me, that's like being nice to your date but being rude to the waiter.
Correct. I think maybe you didn't feel this way, but once I confirmed with her, I was still nice to everybody, but I was extra nice to her. I was extra, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but
my baseline was maybe higher than the rest, but
Yeah.
once I have somebody that I like, there was still the differentiating. I don't know, like, that's what I felt. I don't know whether you felt
I
that
agree.
way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
you did
with
great.
you.
You did
I
great.
understand that fully, and I agree with it in theory. In
practice,
application,
alright, tell the
yeah,
truth.
I think there is still a certain boundary. So, for example, I know got one part you like
Tie
something
yeah.
for some girl, like some girl. Right? Like to me, there are certain things that no lah, like that I wouldn't do that lah. Because if I was attached and I'm just going to be nice to human beings in general, that one to me still like crosses a line. A
Right,
bit, yeah.
right.
I think
No, but
this,
he did ask those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and
You did
also
good job, man.
her
She damn hot lah, so like,
He said he thinks he did great. He said if I was there, he would be like this instead of you
Yeah.
and then like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll be okay
because
with that.
at that point, okay, we
He said-
quickly cover this before we,
Okay.
she was holding some stuff, like some paint stuff or something
Yeah.
in both her hands.
Yeah.
And then her skirt was facing the camera the wrong way. So I felt that it was very important.
No, bro, you did good. Proud you.
Eh, thanks for the assurance.
Yeah. No, you did
I'm
good.
getting information from you. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
No, I'm completely. I'm super proud of that because when Sherry was complaining, like very confusing. You know, like you're not extra nice to me, and then I felt like, but that shows that he's a nice guy. Because you marry the guy, ma, you don't marry his action. You marry the person.
Yeah.
Okay, 谢谢大家，谢谢你们。I don't know what.
Just thank them, ah.
感谢你们的收
Okay, thanks for having
看。
us.
Yeah, that's
谢
the
谢
one.
你们邀请我们到天天番茄酱。
Yeah,
that's so cool.
If you're curious as to what show we're talking about, we'll leave the link in the description. But that's the free one. So when they are dancing, right, it's awkward silence all the way. If not, you pay for premium, lah. Okay. If not, thank you for watching and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Were there any other moments during the show for you guys that was like the edit that we see is very different from what really happened? Kiss?
Who kiss?
What kiss?
What kiss?
Why you do this?
We didn't kiss.
Who didn't kiss?
Oh.
Here?
Oh,
Have?
Yeah, the finale, yeah.
Finally, I kissed her on the forehead.
Nice.
I thought other girl. I don't know.
No, No, because it seemed like after the confession, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to date you, and then you say me too. Then suddenly they cut to like the journey, and then suddenly the B-rolls, right, is suddenly kissing, just slow mo kissing. So it felt as though like the cameraman went very close. Then they said now, and then he decided to kiss. So it felt that part felt a bit like, okay, confirm, right?
Awkward.
The producer said kiss now. Then you wait, okay, go.
It might have been more of the case where I think both of us knew and the producers also knew we were about to do some form of.
How do you know?
Because we were hugging and things like that, and then it was natural that we may or may not kiss. If we did, it would have been then.
But who leaned in for the kiss?
Actually, we like whisper about it.
Oh, like give the camera what they want.
Should we kiss?
Oh,
We're like, hey, should we kiss? Then actually, because both of us in front of camera like damn paiseh. To me at least super paiseh. Then we're like, okay, forehead. Like,